Hello, this is Yaakov Kronenberg from Jerusalem, and tonight we'll be starting a new series of classes on Libra ascendant with Venus in the different signs. So I want to give you a general introduction on a Libra ascendant. Libra ascendant is very nice because the ruling planet is Venus, which is a benefic planet, right? It's the planet of worldly pleasures, let's put it that way. A person who has a good Venus, first of all, it makes them very attractive, it makes them very nice, it gives them grace, people like them. There are people who what do you call it? They have a lot of luck. There are people who are very interested in let's say more in love than in war, right? Venus is the planet of love, and the people there, people who have a Libra rising, are very interested in getting married, in relationships. They're very, very sociable. Libra is the most sociable of all the different signs of the zodiac, and so Libra is always going to be a very communicative person, right? It's an air sign. Air by nature is very communicative, and it's right in Adam Rishon's chart. Libra rules the seventh house, the house of Eve, and so women really are symbolized by Venus, by Libra rising, with Venus the ruling planet. That's why they say men are from Mars and women are from Venus, because the man is Aries rising, Adam Rishon's first house, with Mars the ruler. And so each has a different approach to life. The woman her approach is more intellectual, more communicative. In other words, it's more of a group process where people, the man wants to just, his goal is to conquer and to get what he wants and fight for it. The woman, being weaker in a physical sense, is more going to be more communicative, and acquires things through, gets away through speech and through persuasion and through making conciliation with people. It's more of a group, like sort of group process where people come together and reach agreements rather than fighting. And so that's the Libra rising is very much like that. Right? I always say the Libra is Saturn is exalted in Libra, the planet of fear and the planet of self-protection, because Libra also rules the court systems and justice systems, right? It's the scales. In Jewish astrology, it's the scales of Libra, Moznayim, in Hebrew, meaning the scales. That's Libra, and that's a symbol of the judicial system, right? The legal system, right? Lawsuits is also connected with the seventh house, which Libra rules. And so, when there's a court system, honest justice, then the Saturn is regula. The Saturn is calm because he knows he has a way to get his. He can always turn to the courts when an injustice is done to him. And it's what the Saturn doesn't like is anarchy, right? Anarchy is the opposite of a legal system where everybody is the law of the jungle. And so that would be Aries, Saturn in Aries, where Saturn is in fall there. It's weak there because Aries goes for what it wants, right? And it's no legal system, so to speak. But in any case, Venus, going back to Venus, so Venus, the nature of the Libra is to communicate, to friendship, social things, marriage. And you look to the ruling planet, which house it's in, and that'll show you where the Libra nature is going to try to express itself, in which area of life, right? If it's, for example, if it's Libra is in the 10th, Venus is in the 10th house, in Cancer, for example, so it'll be very high in the chart. The person is going to try to use their Libra nature to express it through their career. Right? They're going to choose a career that maybe is going to be suitable for their Libran type of ascendant, where they can express their social nature and sometimes they go into art, right? Venus is very connected. If you look just at Venus itself, right, first of all, you look at where Venus falls and which house, so it'll tell you that area of life. Venus in the 10th, it'll move towards the career. Venus in the 9th, more will be into travel and religion and higher education and things like that. Venus in the 6th, maybe it'll be working with people, disadvantaged people, unfortunate people. Could be getting involved in medicine, using their Venusian nature there, their Libra nature in that. And then you have to look at Venus itself. Venus itself is again, Venusian is the planet of love, the planet of affairs. If Libra has a bad side to it, it's excess, right? The excess Libra. Everything is good in measure, but if you have too little of it or too much of it, then it can be very, very destructive. So, for example, a bad Libra would be a Libra. We're going to do a chart maybe next week, say, of a man called Jerry Garcia. He's a man who had a beautiful Venus, beautiful Jupiter, but it was just too strong, and it destroyed him. Because he went to excess, right? Too many women, too much money, too much of a good time, and it destroyed the man. And that's the problem with a bad Libra, and also in a certain way with Taurus, the other Venusian sign, because they can get trapped and go too much after the worldly pleasures. And that's where a Libra will suffer, especially, in relationships, in affairs, and things like that. And the Libras, spreads there, they say that, the Libra spreads, sexual diseases more than any of the other signs, because it's so social, and so it's, it can be disease causing, and it can be, it has a negative, everything has a negative side to it. You have to really see that when you do astrology, that everything has a positive or a negative. Everything could be interpreted in a positive way or also in a negative way. And that's through analyzing how strong and weak a planet is. Because from that you determine what its quantity is and also what its quality is, if it's good quality or bad quality. So Venus that goes to excess is going to have a lot of immorality and things like that, tremendous amount of immorality, overeating also, gluttonous. You'll find the Venus rising, Libra rising with strong Venuses, that they're gluttons. Especially later in life, the Librans have a tendency to get very heavy, because they let themselves go and they become gluttonous. That can also be another problem with the Libra type personality, is that they have excess in worldly desires, and so that they always have to work and learn to control their desires and realize that I'm not. We're going to give classes someday, I hope, on character refinement and how a person should live in this world. And so there we work on, how you have to realize, that this world, you didn't come into this world to get pleasure. This is a world where you came here to fix yourself so that you get your pleasure in the next world. And so people, if they see, if people like, see that there is no next world, so then all they want is, this world. And so you get a Libran like that, they can go really off, it can be very difficult. So a person has to, especially for the Libran, it's very important to learn, that here, the whole world here is you're here to fix, and you have to use your Libra nature, not towards immorality and things like that, but towards fixing the world by bringing peace and harmony and communication between people and integration. And through that, harmony can be achieved, and a person can help the world come to some kind of tikkun, and yourself. And I thank everybody for listening, and next week we'll start on Venus and the different houses.